How exciting is this to be able to welcome, of course, Polkadoodles Crafts to here at Hobbymaker. Completely new to us today. Will be with us tomorrow as well with completely different things that we've seen today as well. So 2 really, really exciting days. And it's so fantastic to actually meet you and to actually have you here with us.
I know, it's lovely. I've had such a lovely day already. Yeah, it's fabulous. So.
Yeah. And I know that the first hour was very, very popular. So that's obviously all available still for people to get. We've had a lot of sellouts, of course, during that show as well. But we've got something completely different, which I'll give you a little sneak peek, of course, of that collection, because we are going to put that straight onto pre-order for you. But we will be talking about a few things first as well. But just before we kick into talking about the collection, for anybody who doesn't know you, would you like to just introduce yourself and let us know a little bit about the company?
Yeah, sure. So I started Polkadoodles with my husband 15 years ago now, 15 and nearly 16 years ago. And it was really born out of the fact that I was a crafter and I just couldn't find the products that I really wanted. And so I just kind of decided, you know, dipped in a little bit, and then people started buying them when I was teaching. And so it just all snowballed from there.
Amazing.
And it's just kind of, we've been here a long time now, and it's crazy because it goes so quickly.
Oh, I know. When you think 15 years, I think it feels like a flash.
But we have a really loyal, supportive fan base. And now we're here at Hobbymaker. Hopefully we'll find more new people that love what we do. And I always try and bring things that are a little bit, you know, kind of try and put a little bit of a different spin on everything. We're kind of quite well known for like cute and quirky, but we don't only do that. We're very much, you know, a serious crafting company as well. And, you know, now it's great that we're bringing tools and we've got stamps, dies, stencils.
When you're a crafter yourself, you know what crafters want, and like you say, what might not be there in the market or what you want to work with. And I think that's always the difference when you kind of see that, you know, these kind of things come directly, obviously.
It really is, and I'm quite selfish in the products we do because I only bring the things that I want.
I want to use these are great. Why wouldn't you? You want to be passionate about what you're doing.
Yeah, because, you know, if you need something and you want something, there's, you know, I'm pretty sure that somebody else out there probably feels 100%. The same way.
So off the back of you saying that, shall we kick off with this tool first, because now I know that this has been so popular already today that we did just want to come back and do a quick recap on it, because it is your peel and crease tool, which does make everything easy to lift and obviously peel off, the likes of your double-sided tape as well. And we can show you how this works because it's just absolutely brilliant.
It is. It's a really great little tool, and it's just one of those craft desk staples. And it's now, you know, kind of replaced my bone folder that I used to always use. And there's nothing wrong with my bone folder, I love it. But this does 2 things, or 3 things actually. So what it's really great for, first of all, let me show you around it.
Perfect.
So it's pretty simple really. It's just a hard piece of silicone plastic. But the really unique thing about it is that it has this really nice sort of S-shaped, like a little gradual S-shaped curve. On one side, you have all these like little hard nodules. And what they do is they enable us to grip tape. But on the other side, we also have a pointy end and we have this curve. And what that enables us, I didn't design it this way. I designed it to be a bone folder and also the adhesive tool. But what I didn't realise was how much I actually need that to buff down my red tape. Because when you put it down, you end up having to press it. Now, the whole reason this came about is because I have really poor strength fingernails. And it's the same with the magnets that we're going to take a look at. So my nails really chip very easily when I kind of, and I was forever like this, and all my nails would split. And so what you're going to do with this is it's just very simple. You just use the knobbly side, and it's not going to perform miracles.
Yeah.
But all you do is you just do that, and it just lifts that edge. And then if you want to, if it's easier and you've not got very good dexterity, you can just press that against there
just pull it off.
to pull it off.
Yeah.
So you then don't have to go and pick up your pokey tool, which a lot of us do,
of course.
to actually withdraw that as well. Now, it'll work on your red tape. It'll also work on your double-sided tape. And also, it's good for your foam pads, which... Now, this one has quite an easy release thing, but just to show you, you just literally... All it's doing is pulling that up. So don't press really hard down. Because I did when I first got it, and I found that I would cause dimples in my cardstock. You don't need to do that. No. You're just trying to lift that edge up and just make your life easier to pull it off. So that's kind of all it is. But also,
it's just a great little time saver then.
It is, yeah. But also, the other thing that I always forget about is that we also have the crease and fold tools. So it for some reason, because this is bent, it gives you a fantastic crease. It's really, really smooth. And that's it. So, you know, it's just like...
And it's a nice colour as well. So.
Yeah, it's a Polkadoodles colour. So it just does what it says on the tin. It's easy... peel and crease, and that's it. It's fab.
Perfect. It's a great one, I have to say, as well, for a gift. You know, if you are thinking about Secret Santas coming up, you're making sort of little crafty hampers or anything like that, a super, super little gift there as well. £6.99. We have managed to restock it for this show as well, because I know how popular it was in the earlier show, so you have got the opportunity to get it. Now, the other tool that I would like to introduce as well, which obviously Nikky just mentioned, is these, which are our magnetic die cutting wands that we've got here as well. Now, I've never seen anything like this, so
this is just fab.
Yeah, I'm really intrigued.
Yeah, it's fab. So again, going back to, you know, my needs as a crafter. Because my fingernails do split quite a lot. Let me just grab some dies out of here.
Yeah.
So, you know, when we're kind of using them, however, not just on the magnetic sheets, but also when you've actually die cut from your paper, it literally makes me cringe when I have to get my nail. It makes me cringe. And it's not good for your nails.
No.
So these, all you need to do is just tap the wand onto your die, and to release it, just twist it off and it releases. So it's fab for just picking up your dies quickly and easily. And I've had so many customers email and say, this is the tool I've been waiting for. I have real dexterity issues. A lady, I'm sorry, I can't remember your name. I don't know if it was Maureen. The other day she messaged and said, thank you for this, because I can't bend my fingers.
Oh, how nice.
I think she has arthritis or something. And I'm not saying it's, you know, to solve that. But basically, it just now, all she's got to do is that. And she's not having to get her fingers underneath. And you can transfer that then onto your magnetic die mat, if that's what you want to do. Also, the other great thing about it, if I just run this through the die cutting machine quickly. Oh, I've got wrong sandwich. Hang on. I always do this.
It's always getting it right.
It's there, upside down, that way. Let's just cut that out. Now, I know this is a very simple die, but especially when you've got a complex die, basically, it'll really help you when you're die cutting as well. And I've given you two because I know you're going to lose it. But having said that, because it's magnetic, I actually...
Oh, not happy with that.
I have a different Gemini to this, and I have two.
And mine's get a different one, isn't it?
Mine's a dome one, and there's two little spots on mine that are magnetic, and I just keep it on there.
You can't lose them.
Yeah, so that'll be me. Oh, look. Oh, no. Oh, it's all right. I don't know. But anyway, basically, now what you can do, this isn't going to work because I've got tape on there, but look, you can actually pull it out of there. So even with tape on, that means then you can actually release it and it starts to fall. So your fingers are less involved in what you're doing, and because these, you know, they're not sharp, but they just irritate my fingers anyway. There is a little magnet on this end, what I tend to do is I use that as my poker tool as well. So you can just push it through and it just speeds the whole process up.
I'm thinking as well, you know, like when you have little dies and so often you lose one, you misplace it.
Absolutely.
You can kind of be moving around, you know, on your floor with that and it's going to pink it up, isn't it, as well?
So what I do, this is a bit extreme, okay? So I'm going to put, I hope the camera can, oh, hang on, let me do it over here. So let me just put all this on here. Okay, what else have we got? This is just to show you what you can do with this. So if you're losing all of your stuff on your desk and you're a bit of a messy crafter like me, and you've got things like this and you've got paper all over it, just get your wand.
Oh, and it will just come to it, yes.
And it lifts, and it will even lift up my scissors. That's how strong
that
it is.
shows the strength of the magnet.
Yeah,
doesn't it?
and tweezers. I always lose my tweezers. And the other thing that is really good for, and this is in my experience, is picking them up off the floor. You don't quite have to bend as far because I find that generally, you know, if you're kind of about there, you've got about an inch before, and it grabs. And also from your waste bin. When dies flick off into the waste paper,
you go back
and you're like, I just go in and I'm kind of like this. So yeah, it's just a magic little. That's why we called it a wand, because it's magic and it just does such a great job.
Two of them again at £8.99, which is super. Lots and lots of you coming through for that as well. So do make sure you're checking out your baskets. You know, both of those items we have had to restock because they completely sold out in the first show. 20% of our restock of this has gone now as well. So massive well done if you get them. They're superb kind of essentials, I'd say, to be in your craft stash. Now, we are going to come across to our brand new and something completely different from what you've seen so far today. So a lovely brand new launch that we've got here of the poinsettias. Now, I can see people are already coming through and getting this. You can, of course, get the bits individually if you want to, but by far the best way to get it, if you want the biggest saving, is to jump in and get this as the whole bundle. You know, you are going to get such a brilliant mix of products here as well. You know, we are talking your stamps, your dies, you're getting your layering stencils, you're getting your masks that are coming with this as well. It is a beautiful, beautiful collection that we can see just there as well. Now, if you was going for everything individually, and we will have a full look through this, you would be going for £79.97, which would be a great price. But we are going to do a launch price. It's brand new today, which is where we are wanting to give you a big saving on this as well. So we are going to be taking that down to £49.49. That's £30 saving, okay? And you are still getting it on a two-way split pay. So if you want to take this home on that, then you can for under £25. Now, let's talk about what we have actually got within this. Now, you have got, we'll start off with the layering stencil that we can see just here. So you've got this amazing layering stencil, and it is 7 of your A5 layering stencils. I always find layering stencils mesmerising because I think it is that final reveal as you kind of building it up, but you just can't go wrong with it, and then you suddenly go, wow, look at what I've created.
Yeah, they're fantastic, and we've done layering stencils for a really long time, and gradually over time, you know, when I first started them, I was kind of like, people just don't, they're not going to want 8 or 9 stencils, but you know, over time we've just increased the amount we've got in there because people keep asking for more detailed work.
And the best of it is as well, people can still use those separate bits if they want to. So you might just want the foliage or just want the holly leaves or thinking I just want the stars. So you can use them to make that amazing image or just to get kind of different aspects, which I think is
absolutely. You can just use 1 or 2. This one I really love because it's kind of a bit of a different stencil, really. And this definitely is not just for Christmas.
No, not at all.
You know, all you've got to do, I think there's only 1 layer that's got the holly in it.
Yeah, just
so the rest of it you can use all year round, and it's really nice.
Gorgeous, isn't it?
Yeah.
We've then got, and I mean, we know that poinsettias are one of the most popular images ever around. You've got 8 layering stencils in this and 2 masks as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Wow. So it started off, it was just going to be kind of 3 layers, and I was kind of doing it, and I thought, no, it's got to go, we've got to have more, I want more and more. And then then again at the end, I was kind of like, I need a mask. And the reason is because this works with the stamp set so well, and having the masks in there enables you to do more things. So, you know, that's what we're all about, is enabling you to be as as diverse or and have versatile products that are going to last you and aren't just one thing. Because if you buy something and it only does one thing, you're going to be bored with it very quickly.
Yeah, true.
And that isn't what we're about as a brand.
As you can, possibly. Now, then it comes, of course, with your matchables, doesn't it? So
it does.
You have got your die that you can see here. It also comes with your Merry Christmas as well. And will that work with the stencil as well as with the stamp?
Yes, it will.
So all of it crosses over?
Yeah.
Amazing. So you can see the amount of metal to really get the idea, of course, of the size that you are going to be creating with that. And then it comes, of course, with that matchable stamp. And I love, again, you can use them separately. You can use them all together if you want to. And that's
absolutely.
Kind of beauty, I think, of matchables, really.
Yeah, and this whole collection, you know, over these 2 days, all works together. It's the Vintage Christmas collection. We've called it Yuletide Charm because it is quite charming. It has a real yesteryear feel for me. And, you know, having the vintage text in there as well, it just gives you that little dabble into mixed media without it being difficult. You know, it's mixed media that anyone can do.
Yes, And I think there is the duo available as well. So if you were thinking, well, I wanted to go for those two, then that's on the website as well. So you can look for individuals, or of course you could go for the duo. But also, as part of the collection, we've got another kind of matchable that we've got there, which is your dies and your stamp set. And I just love the bells, the gingerbread man, the candy cane that we've got there.
Yeah, so these are kind of like extra stamps that are going to add something to your project. So, you know, the bells I absolutely love. Those, it's just such a classic image,
isn't it?
And they're just beautiful. If we, hopefully, I'll get around to doing a second demo and we can use those. But then the little gingerbread, we do gingerbread in some way every single year because I absolutely love it. But yeah, everything works together really well, but also in their own right. So it means that in this collection, you've really got 2 collections in one. So, you know, you're kind of almost getting one collection for free.
Yeah, absolutely.
But, you know, it just all works so well together and you just create beautiful things with it.
So if you want the whole collection, we've got that on your screen at the moment, which is where you are getting a £30 saving with this. You can see that you are getting the layering stencils, 2 sets of those, with the mass, of course, that come with the poinsettias. You're getting the dies, you're getting the stamps that work together as well. All of that today, perfectly coordinating for $49.49. Should we have a look at a demo and see it in action?
Okay, so I've got my, we're going to go with the poinsettia. So I want to just actually show you how versatile this is. So I'm just going to put a piece of just white card down there. So I've got a card blank here, which is just actually a piece of really nice blue coloured card that I've folded in half. So we're going to kind of, in fact, sorry, we're going to work directly on that. So you can see from the stamps, the stamp is much, much bigger than the packaging shows you. It's huge. So this is almost a full A6. So almost, it's about 3 by 6 inches, this stamp. So what we're going to do is just go back to a really nice, one of my favourite techniques, which is what gets most of us involved in crafting. I'm just going to centre that on there. And just grab that with my stamp platform. And then I have here somewhere, I've got a white ink pad. Now you could do this in whatever you wanted. I just couldn't find my metallics, to be honest. So I just thought, right, we'll do it in white for a change. So I'm just going to ink this up. And because it is white, I'm putting lots of ink on, but it's quite a good ink pad. I think we've got Lisa Horton's on the website, I think.
Yes, I think it would be.
So we're just going to stamp. Now this is textured, this card. It's got a texture on it. Oh, and I've just moved it. That wasn't very sensible, was it? Let me just see where that goes. Between, right, number 6. So if that happens to you, I just check. I'll turn that over. I've got white ink on me now. This is what you'll learn about me. I'm very messy.
But I feel like it's just so easy to happen.
So because I moved that then, it's because I didn't put my magnet on, look, like an idiot. So what I did was I just so in case someone doesn't know how to do that, on my platform and on most of them, you've got measurements. So my stamp, luckily, is in the middle at 6, and that runs halfway through. So I'm going to put the middle of my card on 6. So if that happens to you at home, just let me put that down a second.
Yeah.
Put that down, that's better. Use the right equipment in the right way. Right, okay. So I'm just going to press this down. And I know this is sold out, I'm sorry, but I need to...
I'm sure there'll be some in there.
We'll get it back again next time. We're back next month and we'll try and get it back for then if we can.
Yeah.
So that's come out really nicely.
Yeah.
So I've got an embossing powder here. It's just a white embossing powder.
Lovely.
And we're just going to emboss it. So we're going to get a really nice white effect on here as well. It's blowing everywhere. Let me just get that out of the way because I'll knock it over. And sealed.
Yeah.
And then if I just grab my heat gun, where have I put it? And we're just going to heat that. Now, if you're new to crafting, which, you know, we do get new people all the time, so I'm just going to just move off the extra little bits and pieces. But you don't waft your heat gun around.
Yeah.
You want it in one place.
Right.
Normally, I would heat from underneath because it gives you a bit more of a glossy finish.
Okay.
But just for time, it takes a little bit longer.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to go right from the top. Now, because we've done this in white and on texture and also put embossing powder on it, there are a few little elements missing here, but it doesn't matter for what we're going to do. And I kind of thought I'd do this because this is very often how my project, because I'm a rusher, I rush everything.
Yeah.
And then, you know, it very often doesn't quite go to plan, or I make a mistake and get white ink where I don't want it.
Yeah.
So this is a way to get around those mistakes as well if you want to. It's nearly done. This is a good little heat tool.
That's gorgeous.
Okay, I think that's done. Oh, turn it off eventually. Okay, so I'm just going to pull that off there so that I don't close that up on there. So that I can... So what we're going to do now is I've got here some... I'm going to do it on watercolour cardstock. So just to show everyone, that's the actual image that we ended up with. So, but you can see it's not... Because I've got a grain on the card, I'm missing bits and pieces in the stamp, but we're not going to worry. So I'm going to take that stamp again.
Okay.
Sorry, I do need that. Now, this is where I've got to clean this off. Okay. So I'm going to take my spongy cloth.
We've got very limited amounts of this spongy cloth available now. I think we've got less than 10 chances because it did sell so well, of course, in the earlier show.
Yeah, we can't get any back for this show.
No, but it's brilliant. We'll bring the last few to you so you can get it.
So
yeah, 9 chances.
So if you don't know what it is, it's just a great cloth for your craft cleanup.
Yeah.
So I'm going to put that on here. Again, just position it.
Okay.
It doesn't really matter where I go. I'll try not to waste my cardstock. We'll put it on there. Let's put that on again this time. Grab that. And this time, we're going to actually ink that in black, I think.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, let's go black. So I just really want the flower, so I'm not bothered about the background.
Okay.
I'm just going to do the flower.
Yeah.
And it's got lots of text going through it, so it's a very forgiving stamp to use anyway. So we're just going to do that.
Yeah.
And I've missed a little bit, so we'll go back in.
Yeah, never matters, is it, when you've got that tool and you've got a stamping platform?
There you go.
Lovely.
So just get that off there so I don't muck my mat up. And then I'm going to just tape this down and we're going to use the layering stencils to actually colorise this. So I just don't want that to move.
Yeah.
So if anyone doesn't know what a mask is, basically the mask, I'm covered in ink here, but never mind. So basically a mask enables you to cover something in whatever way you want it. So although we already had the layering stencils designed for this, When I started to use it, I kind of made us go back because I said, right, I want to be able to also use this in a different way. So if we get another demo in, I'll come back and show you how to use that.
Okay.
But you've got a couple of different ways. Now with the layering stencils, these are all numbered.
Brilliant.
And that's part of the mask as well, that one. So you've got a number in somewhere around the stencil, and each stencil has 4 holes, and they're registrations, so you can actually register them together. Now, what I would say is, it depends where you've actually set up your stamp onto your whatchamacallit, your paper, whatchamacallit, onto your paper. So let me grab my inks and some. Sorry, I've got to grab the right colour brushes because it messes with my mojo if I don't. so what I've done is, this is just, number 1 is the leaves. Now I'm not going to tape these down, but what I'm going to do is I've got to use this little hole here as a registration point. So if I put that through on number 1, I'll be able to line it up properly everywhere else. So we're just going to quickly colour this in. And I want to do a couple of different colours. Now, because there's you can tell on here, because it's quite a detailed stamp, and we've got lots of shadow in, so it kind of guides you where to colour. So the shadow is going to come from underneath the flower, so I'm going to just drag it down like that. So that's number 1. Nice and easy. So we go to number 2, and it's exactly the same. And it doesn't matter whether you put your light or your dark on, it's up to you.
No, definitely.
Again, I'm going to line up that hole there. So, because I've got that one in my hand, I'm going to go with that one first. And there's a little tiny holly down here, but I'm not bothered about that. I don't need that. And what I do is I just turn them over and keep them in order as I'm working through them, because I just find it's easier to do that. And then we've also got the veins on here that you can put in as well.
Really good.
So very, very detailed.
Yeah.
And, you know, you don't need to do this. Do you know what would be really useful if I did this as well at the same time? Let me grab some... Bear with me 1 second. I wonder if... Let me just move that over. Let's try and do 2 things at once. So we'll do it without the stamp at the same time.
Yes.
Just to show everyone how lovely it comes out.
He's really cool.
I know everyone wants one. I am trying to get him.
I love him.
Trying to bring him. He's called Humphrey.
Humphrey.
Okay, so so this is where you really do need your holes, okay? So we're going to go from the beginning over here. So just, because we're going to cut that bit off anyway, so it doesn't matter. So let's start from scratch. Just blend in, that's number 1. Then we're going to match the holes. And we're going to go number 2. This is 2 for 1, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
2 for 1.
It shows them how you can use it individually.
Yeah, exactly. And I really like them when they're on their own as well, when they don't have the inking on there. It actually just gives it a bit of a difference. Okay. So that's number 3. Right, number 4, we've caught them now, so we're onto the flower. So let's go to the stamp itself. And you don't, to be quite honest, you don't really need the registration point for this.
Yeah, because you can see it, can't you?
Yeah.
With it already being stamped out.
So I like to, with this one, I like to use a pink and a red because it'll give you a slightly different look. You need some definition. Okay, so I'm going to go pink first. And then when we go back to this one, this is where we do need to register it.
Of course.
Pink. That's really nice and bright, that one. Okay. And then we'll go to number 5. And this time we'll go red. And this time I'm going to do this really deep.
Yeah, beautiful.
And then we've got the next one. So by this point, we're also being able to line it up really easily as well.
Yeah.
We'll go really red in this one as well.
Oh, gorgeous, yeah.
I might come back over the pink, but it's up to you. I probably won't need to.
Yeah.
And a little bit lighter on that one because we did it quite dark.
Yeah.
And then we've got all of the veins again in the leaves.
It's that perfect detailing, I think.
It really is, yeah. So, because then we're putting an extra layer on, we want that quite dark. Where are we? Line up. I forget sometimes, and you really have to use those dots because they really do, they're there for a reason. Okay, and you can see it starting to come through.
Yeah.
Now, a little tip for you actually with that one, what I like to do sometimes, I'm just going to clean that off.
Yeah.
What I like to do is, oh look, I've just bent all that out of shape. Just push it back. Is instead of going back, when I'm doing something that's got detail in it, I like to actually, if it's red, if you go to a vintage photo or a light brown, that actually works with red.
Okay.
So if we go back in now, we'll get a little bit more definition by using a brown.
Yes.
In there, because it will, brown and red make a darker brown. So you can see that that then starts to really work together. And then at the end, we've then got the little stamen bits in the middle. Now I've already inked over this. So what I do here is I actually use the stencil to then just go in with a white pen. And you can do that on the stamp itself anyway. But if you just let that dry a second, just give it a blast, then you'll be able to go over it with yellow if you want to. But I actually quite like it white.
Yeah, I do.
Now at this point is where I just want to show you, this is where your mask then starts to work.
Yeah.
So if we wanted to, on here, we could have actually masked off this area, so all of the background of the stamp, and we could have just coloured this itself without, if we'd have wanted it one colour.
Yes, yeah.
So without having to go through all the layering steps or whatever.
Yeah.
And the same with this one. Now what we would do then, I would die cut that. So I've already prepped that just to save a bit of time.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just need to put these inks away because I'm going to put my hands in there.
That's okay.
I was already filthy after the last. Okay, let me just get those out of the way. So that's how lovely and how easily it is to use
exactly.
with those.
Yeah.
Now, so here I have somewhere, where have I done it? Here we go. So I've already coloured this one.
Yeah.
Okay, and I'm just going to grab this.
Well, that just looks gorgeous, doesn't it, Di?
Yeah, so I spent a little bit, spend a little bit more time. Now, one thing that I want to show you, because this one is the one with no lines.
Okay.
Okay, so one little thing just to show you, what have I done with it there? So, you see in the leaves here, there's not much definition, and these would be in a shadow. So what I like to do, and this is what I did, I kind of went back over. So if I find, and this is the joy of having the stencils, because you've got those registration marks. Let me just find it, it's always the wrong way around. So on this one, I want that darker. So you could go back in with a darker ink pad or the same ink pad if you want, and just add a little bit more shade. And that will make a huge difference to it. So if I look at that now, just doing that.
So it's just about building it up.
It is, yeah. And then the other thing as well, and this is just a little extra technique for me, just get a fine writer pen, a fine liner. And then what you can do is just actually add, all I'm doing is lining it, look.
Okay.
And you could just outline around there if you wanted to. And you can just, if you just feel there's something missing, because I could really have used a darker ink pad, just go around and just line it. And just add your own little shadow in. And under here, so we've got a leaf there and the stem under here, so that would be in shadow as well. You know, and just play around. You don't, you know, it doesn't have to be perfect. Nobody else knows.
No, exactly.
The same here in the flowers. So you can just come in. And you know what as well? You don't have to be perfect.
No, exactly.
So one of the really good things about our stamps, because they're all hand drawn, I actually often go around, and this is really great. You know, if you like the mixed media look, and I'm not trying to lead anyone down that avenue because it can be scary if you're not used to it. But look what I'm doing. I'm just outlining, and I'm not even bothering. And this then makes you look like you're an artist.
It does.
And I don't care. So, you know.
And are you okay to make and sell?
Yeah, absolutely, So look, you can just outline and just give it that sketchy feel.
That was amazing.
And
it's totally different now.
It does, It looks like a piece of actual artwork. And if you wanted to, you could go down and add some of these. And you've got the artwork to follow anyway. So it's up to you. You don't have to. I'm just saying it's just, you know, add your own personal stamp onto it. Look, you can... And it looks like it's like a little painting or a proper piece of art.
It's amazing.
And if you put that onto a card, someone's going to think you drew that.
Exactly.
And you can even follow like these little veins here as well. So just quickly finish that. So you get the picture anyway. Just make it your own, and it does give it a totally different feel.
Fabulous.
So I've already put some tape on here. Where's my little thing on? So we're just going to layer this on, so I'm just going to take that off. And I'm just going to literally position that over the top of where the stamp would be. Now there's an extra leaf in the background, don't worry about it, it's supposed to be there. It was just that it was better for that not to be there. And I die cut that, by the way, sorry, I forgot to tell you, I did die cut it. And then I've got here, which are also in... I've got the a little scallop circle here, which is in the Merry Christmas wreath. And it's kind of an extra die in there because we had to pay for the metal for the wreath. So, but it's lovely, and I've been using it on so many different things.
I'll just give you a quick look at this because we can get this available for you. So this is where you are getting those dies that are available. As you can see, you've got all that wreath that's created there, and then it's got the Merry Christmas that goes around it. A huge amount of metalwork, of course, coming to you with this. Should be £19.99, but today we're going to be doing £16.99 being the launch day. And like you say, so many uses that you'd get out of that.
And I like things layered. That's kind of my thing, really. So I like a bit of dimension. I don't like things. I do like things flat, but I tend to myself have like a little bit of dimension lifting up. So I just wanted to lift that up, and I'm going to lift my flower up a bit more. And put that there. Now I've got a choice. In the dies for the poinsettia, you also get the Merry Christmas die.
You do,
Now that die, you need to separate it into two pieces. And it actually says on the thing you get 3 dies, I think, but it's actually 4. It's just that they're not separated. So if you separate it and then die cut a background, that's what you end up with, which is really pretty. So you can either use that, but I'm a little bit in love with our ornaments.
Oh, they are amazing. I was just looking at these.
Yeah, I love these. I have really fallen in love with these. So what I'm going to do, I think, is I've got a really thin red tape.
I'll just give you a look at those as well, what we've just mentioned just there, because they are absolutely beautiful. So this is the one that we're going to go with for the sentiment, but you can see you get your family, your Christmas, your ho, 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 and your magic and bright. And as we spin them around, just look at the beauty of that detailing that you've got, the gorgeous fonts as well. I've got some really, really lovely samples just to give you a little look at. So that's how they will die cut out. There's your Christmas, and there it is in the white as well. But you are, of course, getting all 4 of those, family, Christmas, ho, 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 and merry and bright. It was used at 1 o'clock in a demo as well, so you can always watch back on that also, but can't not pop that onto the show when it's as beautiful as that.
Yeah, so I'm just going to try and peel that back.
Yeah.
This is a little bit delicate, so I might just do it with me. Oh, you see, you can never get this off, can you? This is what I love. There we go, it's lifted it now.
That's why we need that tool.
Yeah. Okay. It's not the easiest thing because I don't want to rip the die. It's maybe not the right thing to use it on. So
absolutely.
I'll just bend it back. It did do it, but it ripped the paper a little bit. Mm-hmm. There we go. I managed to get it.
Lovely.
So what I want to do is I want to use this a bit like an border edge.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to attach that down there. And that's it. And there's our card.
That's fabulous. That's absolutely gorgeous.
So if I just turn that around so you can see it properly, hopefully.
Yeah.
Let me put that
Amazing. Look at that, absolutely beautiful. And that's, of course, what you can make with this bundle. Now, I do just want to give you the chance to get them individually because I know a lot of you have been coming through and taking advantage of them in that way as well. So let's come to that stamp that we've just used and the die. Now, you can get these as a duo if you'd like both of them. You've seen how perfectly they work together. Of course, the detail of that stamp is amazing. You're also getting your happy, your merry, your Christmas as well. And then, of course, you have got the dies for the poinsettia as well as the Merry Christmas as well. Now, $24.98 should be the price. You're paying what they should be individually, but instead we're going to take them to under £20 today. So if you would like to go for both of those, then we have got them at that fabulous price of £19.99. Now, also, as part of this collection, there is, of course, the 8 layering stencils that work perfectly, as you saw, with the stamp, with the die as well, or you can use this individually. It's completely up to you. £16.99 is the price it should be. That's for 8 layering stencils plus the 2 masks. Remember that they are all numbered as well, so you just follow through. It's very easy, of course, to be able to go through and build that gorgeous look that you can see there with the poinsettia that we've got as well. And you could do something like that. Now, we also have the die set and the stamp set that go together, which is the bells, the gingerbread, as well as getting that lovely candy cane which has the bow around it. So this is your stamps that you're seeing there. Great details, great size of stamps that we've got as well. And they are under a tenner. I mean, that's a brilliant price, the amount of stamps.
It really is. Yeah, normally we're a lot more on those. So yeah. We've done really good deals because it's our, you know, it's our birthday.
Yeah.
It's our first birthday with Hobbymaker.
It's lovely. And again, I'm thinking you could snip into the bells, for example, just take off the holly leaves and suddenly that's a wedding bell or anything like that. So you can always do things like that with these as well. They're £8.99, which is brilliant. Now, we have got the accompanying die set. So if you want to be able to cut out each of those perfectly, then here is your die set to go with it. Should be £12.99. Instead, we are going to take that to an under £10 deal, which will work, of course, perfectly with those stamps that you saw. Plus, we have got another layering stencil set that we can see here. You're getting 7 of your layering stencils that we've got, which is your holly foliage that we've got here. You can see how it builds up the most fabulous kind of foliage scene. You've got the stars. Again, if you want to use them individually just to get foliage, you can do, but all of that is £12.99. But of course, the best way to get that layering stencil, as well as the layering stencil, the poinsettia, the stamp set, as well as the dies that go with the poinsettias, also to be able to get the matchable dies and stamps where we are getting all of those gorgeous bells, we're getting your candy canes, we're getting your gingerbread men. So everything is $49.49, which is giving you that big saving that we can see there as well, which is absolutely brilliant. So massive well done on those. Now, there's a few other bits that I just want to mention to you because a lot of you are coming through and taking advantage of these. I'm not surprised. A lot of people have been finding obviously bits on the web as they do. These are just lovely. I mean, you're getting a set of 5. They look gorgeous, and I imagine it's really easy to get into the areas you want to.
It is, yeah. They're really good for like detail, but also for any kind of stenciling. Really, I use them a lot, and I like the fact I purposely put these in this little bag. Yeah, they look because lovely. The way that I store mine is I kind of keep a colour family in. Yes. So it's one of those things that once you get one set, you'll want some more, I think. So I would take advantage of this price because it might not come back at this price again. No. But yeah, there are ones that I started off with 1 pack of 5 and I thought that'll do. And it doesn't, and now I'm kind of building them up. So, because I have to pay for them as well, I'm not allowed them free. Well, you are getting 5 of them today for £8.49, but as Nikki just said, that is a today price, so you do want to get them whilst you can at this discount deal. Big amount of stock of that have already been allocated, so well done if you jumped in quickly. Something else I want to mention
as well is the masking paper sheets that we've got here. Because once again, lots of people have noticed this and have come through. Always very popular when we see anything like this.
Yeah, I mean, the masking paper is something I've wanted to bring for such a long time, and it is quite new. We've only had it in about a month. And it is so useful. Whenever I'm stamping, I'm usually masking in some way. And I always used to just use Post-it notes, which are just so annoying. Now that I've got these, I have them all over. So it's kind of like, you know, this is my masks from what we were just using. If I've got, I don't know whether I'll have time to get another demo in, but if so, this is what I was going to use on that. So I'll try and do it really quickly. So we've got a quick demo and then we'll do another quick one if we can squeeze them in. But they are really useful. You get 4 sheets, which doesn't sound much, but they go a long way. And you're going to keep them. They're repositionable on paper. They're easy peel off the paper as well, because I've had some before and you can't even peel them off. So they're just a real staple item for your stash.
An amazing price again at £5.99 to be able to get that.
Affordable,
so that is there for you if you want to get that. Something else that we haven't obviously sort of been able to give to you so far today, so I just want to introduce to you, is this embossing folder as well, which is your elegant stripes that you've got here. And you can just see how it's going to create the most beautiful kind of embossing on your cards. Maybe you want it on your box lids, anything like that. It just feels so usable when I see something like this.
It really is, and this is so pretty. It's really elegant. And do you know what? I didn't even realise until last night that this card actually did this, and this is such a good example of it. So it's just elegant, and that's why, you know, called it elegance. And it's a real staple embossing folder. So this is the first embossing folder we've ever had. It's not something we've ever really done. So this is the launch of it. And it's just going to add something to every, especially something like a bereavement card, or maybe like a silver or a golden wedding card, something like that. You know, it's just beautiful. I love on here how, I think this was Rachel. She's actually used, because it's got a band going through it that isn't embossed, and she's actually cut that out twice onto card and used that as her little stopper. But I just thought that was a really gorgeous card with the bells. It's so traditional, but really beautiful and elegant as well.
And to see that texture, and then to see that banner that's been used in that way as well. To
Genius.
Stopper is really clever. So first ever embossing folder, of course, from Polkadoodles. You have the chance to get it today for £7.99. Rebecca's just sent in a message. Hello, Rebecca. Asking, is it possible to see the stag set? Absolutely, of course it is. The time is just flying. It always does. It just disappears with us, doesn't it? And now, this was launched earlier at 1 o'clock. I know that people really, really love this. But it would be lovely to have, of course, another look at it. It is, again, a big collection that we're getting.
It is, it is. Each bundle kind of has a lot in it. So, it's just gorgeous. And again, like I said before, all of these collections all work together. Or even if you just buy a couple of bits, it's going to work together. So no matter how you kind of choose to craft with us, you're not going to be disappointed.
Definitely.
The stag is just stunning, but also there, and having the outline dies, it's been a while since we've had outline dies to match stamps, so I'm just really pleased that we can bring them back to you now.
When you said about that
these
stag,
stamps are huge.
I know.
They're much bigger than you think on the packaging. But it's a real statement stamp.
Amazing. And the tree as well. And then the fact you get the extra with the holly, the snowflakes, all of that you get as the foliage, the happy Christmas. But as you said, it comes with the perfect matching dies as well. Because, of course, to be able to like fussy cut that stag out or that tree would be
no, you're not going to do it, are you?
No.
It's difficult. I mean, I like fussy cutting, but, you know, even doing that, it's a challenge, you know. And it's just the speed. When you're making Christmas cards, there is a speed element to it as well. I know we craft for ourselves. I always think we half craft for ourselves and half for someone else. You know, but you want that, and then also the layering stencils.
I know, the fact that it's got the layering stencils there as well, and I love the inspiration on the front of the layering stencils of the colours that you might want to use, so all of that comes with it. It also comes with another layering stencil, which is your snowflake flurry that you can see there as well, which again, absolutely fabulous to be able to actually create something like that, because I think you're going to use that loads individually as well as using it with this.
I always know if something's a success because because the design team used it on everything.
Yes,
and
yeah,
they
yeah,
have.
which is what you see.
They've
And I will
used it on
show
everything.
some samples.
So, yeah.
And then finally, it does come with those matchables that I showed at the beginning, which is this stamp and die set that we can see there as well. Now, let me just show you some of the samples because these are amazing. I can't not show you them. Look at that. I mean, to make a piece of wall art like that is
that's Natalia. That's kind of her look. She always sends me a sample in a hoop because she knows how much I love it, and just all those layers. And that looks like, now don't take me wrong, that's going to take a little while.
Yeah.
But it looks like you spent days making
Doesn't
that.
it?
But she's used the layering stencils and it won't have taken days, and then she's just cut them out. So, you know, you can achieve that. And imagine that's a gift. It's a gift.
It is.
It's not.
Or if you're selling on, you can imagine the kind of prices you could sell on with the likes of that.
Yeah, exactly. Take that to a fair.
Cards, because they are just absolutely outstanding. Whether you want them in colour, whether you're thinking you want them, you know, in black and white. There's so many sort of different inspiration really that's come across all of these that we can see as well. £53.25, or available, of course, on split pay if you want to take advantage of that as well, which is another fabulous opportunity. Now, do remember though, we have got that brand new collection today, which is the Vintage Poinsettia that we've got just here. A lot of you coming in and having that in your baskets as well, so do make sure that you are checking out on that. Let me just pop that back, so I just stole that to give you a little look of it. What would you like to show? We've got
I was going to show the holly foliage stencil, if that's okay.
Of course.
Because I love this. I think it's got a really different look.
Yeah.
It's quite modern, but in a really, you know, kind of in a nice way.
Yeah.
So I've already set it up here. Again, I'm working on watercolour card, just purely because I like it. And I'm using the detail stencil brushes. So there's 8 stencils, I think, in this.
Okay, yeah.
But really super easy. And you could colour this however you want. It's one of those where you can go kind of quite magical and fantasy in your colouring if you want to. So I'm just going quite light here. I've got Twisted Citron. And the reason I'm using these brushes is because there's quite a lot of detail in the leaves on this. Now, on that one there, and this is how I actually use my stencils. So I store them in this little bag, and I have, like, these are all my reds and browns, and then I've got all my blues in the other. So that I don't, and also I'm putting them in that way. So that I don't pick them up on the end. So it helps me keep a bit cleaner.
Definitely.
I need that, as you can see. So I'm just going to grab a pink here. And although I went over there, I forgot. So I'm going to go in here. And let's just go in with a pink. So that was number 1. Easy peasy.
Lovely.
This builds so quickly. And the really good thing on this, it doesn't matter where you put it. It's going to work. So you can kind of almost choose your own design if you like. So I'll go a little bit darker on the leaves, on here. And just, you know, I'm just doing it really quickly. Nothing, you don't have to be an artist here.
No.
Got a little bit of stencil there, never mind. And then again, I want, this time we'll have a bit of red, seeing as we're doing Christmas today. So I'm gonna, and this is what I like about these. Look at the control, so I can make it really red at the top, but then come up from the bottom.
Again, £8.49 for 5 brushes, which is superb.
And then this time, let's go in with Peacock Feather, which is a nice, lovely, this is my favourite colour in the world. So we'll have a bit of blue this time.
Amazing.
And we'll go back to our pinky colour. And look how it's just building up so quickly. Now, where am I? Oh, I've missed number 4 out, never mind. Oh no, we're on number 4. I can't remember how many stencils there are.
7, I think, altogether. And this is, of course, available as part of the big bundle, or it's available individually if you wanted to get it on its own.
So this time, we've got some little dots here, so I'm going to just try and speed up. Come on, Nikki.
Okay.
Faster, we're going to run out of time. And again, just mix the colours around. Now, this is the one that's got the holly on, so let's not use the holly.
No, exactly.
Let's not make it into Christmas. Let's leave the holly out, which is, and then you just leave the, right, we don't need that one because we've missed that out. So this one, we've also got stars on at the top. So you can leave that off if you want to. Actually, we kind of do need that last one because it's not the holly bit. I've got the stamens for there on that one.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Fab.
Okay. And then so we're going to put the stars on actually.
Yeah, I do love the stars.
Yeah, but I'm going to do them in blue. Just for a bit of difference.
Yeah, why not?
Just for speed. And there's only a little tiny bit of those in. Now, have we got time?
We've got about 2 minutes.
Okay.
1.5.
So what I was going to do is actually glitter those, but I didn't get my glitter out, so hang on, let me...
Yeah. Just while you grab the glitter, I'm just going to really quickly just show these couple of stencils that we haven't had a chance to show just yet as well, because I just don't want us to run out of time, because this is absolutely mesmerising. So if you are loving the layering stencils like we've just seen being used just there, then you have got another stencil here which is absolutely gorgeous, usually $8.99, it's down to $6.99, and just look at what you can create with that as well. There is one other just to quickly show you as well, which is this, which is your candy swirl, where we have got 2 different ones that we can see that come within this, and it is £8.99 usually. We are going to take that even lower to £6.99, which is an absolutely fabulous price to be able to get that. And one other thing just to introduce as well is these blending brushes, which we saw you using, of course, earlier in the show, because you're probably going to want both sizes, to be honest. These bigger sizes as well of those smaller ones should be £16.99. But we are going to take that price today to under £10, and that's for you to get 5 of them. Great, of course, in terms of dexterity, if you have any issues, they really do move, and beautiful soft heads as well. So just didn't want to run out of time to not be able to introduce those few bits.
So if I just put that there, I just added some glitter to that. I don't know whether you can pick that up.
Yes.
But all I did was I actually put my glue nib on the top of those flowers. But yeah, that would,
Fantastic.
Christmas or not, you do whatever colours you want.
Yes,
It looked lovely just in blues, to be honest.
Yeah, absolutely.
Blues and greens.
Gorgeous.
But yeah, easy to use.
Wow. So do remember that full collection is there and available with such an amazing saving. You can, of course, go for the individuals if you'd rather. Also, just to remind you of those 2 tools that we launched at the top of the hour and brought back, which had been so popular. We have, of course, saw this lovely peel and crease tool being used throughout the show. It makes everything so much easier, whether you're using it as your bone fold, whether it's to get the edge of your tapes up as well, and it is down to £6.99. And we have the incredible magnetic ones that we've got here as well. You get both of these, so easy to lift your dies, and they are just fantastic tools, so I don't want you to miss out on those either at brilliant prices. Thank you so much. I've absolutely loved that. It's been gorgeous.
That's whizzed by now.
I know, I was like,
where it went.
Yeah, sometimes I feel like we need 5 hours for each guest, just to kind of do the whole show. Yeah. But you're back tomorrow, which is fantastic.
We're back at 2 and 6 tomorrow, so I can't wait, with all new things. So,
amazing. Yeah. Well, I look forward to seeing you at 2 o'clock tomorrow.
Yeah.
We will be back in a moment. We have got PI joining us. We've got loads of bits in that. Obviously, a new collection today. I'll bring it to you right after this.